All right, all my tech mexers, it's a beautiful Friday morning, and we're coming right back around with a double feature trailer reaction. Because there are a couple trailers I need to see, apparently. First on the list, we've got Dungeons and Dragons, and second on the list, we've got Houses and Dragons, which, right off the bat, I mean, dungeons sound cooler than houses, everybody. So, we're going to watch both of those, and I'm going to tell you how I feel about it. Okay?
Oh, he's technically Mexican and 3/4 American, but for 3 generations he's got that nationality. Great-great-grandpa headed south, whose kids had kids then turned around. It's not what the show's about, but it's why he's Mexican technically. It helps that he was raised in New Mexico, lived in Guadalajara for 2 years, speaks fluent Spanish with a bachelor's degree in language and examine taquito.
All right, Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves apparently is the subtitle that they're giving us. Coming out in 2023 with my man Chris Pine. I assume is as the lead character. I honestly don't really know anything about this movie. I haven't really been paying attention to any of the production or anything, but I'm intrigued. I am a nerdy boy, and I indeed play Dungeons and Dragons frequently with my friends. It doesn't mean that this is going to be good, though. We shall have to see. I do have reservations going into this trailer. First off, they tried to do a D&D movie back in 2000, and it was not good. I loved it as a kid. Watched it all the time, but it's bad, but it's super fun to watch. And reservation number 2, I believe this is being produced by Paramount, but Wizards of the Coast obviously owns the Dungeons and Dragons IP. And recently, in the last couple years, they've kind of been doing a lot of woke stuff that I am not a fan of. There was a big thing a while back with a lot of their artists for Magic the Gathering getting canceled that I didn't really like. And more recently, Wizards of the Coast with D&D specifically have been making some weird choices. Like, they made a really big virtue signal and announced that they were removing evil races from the game entirely, which is stupid. Yeah, it's a dumb choice. I mean, we're talking about dark elves here, or drow. They were an evil race. They used to be regular elves, and then Lolith, the Spider Queen elf lady, did some evil bad stuff and turned some elves bad, and they literally created an evil race of elves called drow. It's not like a metaphor for black people because they have dark skin. In fact, like, most drow are usually depicted with like purple or like gray. I've even seen like pale white drow. It's not. It's, first off, it's a fantasy world, and second off, it's okay to have evil races if they were literally created by evil, like the orcs in Lord of the Rings. They're birthed in evil juice. They literally only want to kill. That's about it. So to say that that's problematic is just stupid. So I wasn't a fan of Wizards of the Coast and their virtue signaling, trying to pretend like, hey ho, we're being all progressive now. I don't know if that's going to affect this movie. It might, but I mean, Hollywood's pretty woke too. So let's see. Those are my 2 reservations going into this. Let's watch the trailer and let's see if it looks good. I mean, just going off of this first image still, it already looks better than Rings of Power to me, because it looks like these people have actually worn their clothes. This jacket's pretty shiny, but I mean, his character looks like a shiny guy. We'll see. Let's, without further ado, let's watch the trailer, baby. I hate these pre-roll. Just get to the, okay, start the trailer. I don't need a teaser for the teaser for the trailer.
We're a team of thieves.
Sorry, I was I was talking over it. We gotta go back. We're a team of thieves, and there's honor among us. Let's go.
Here's the thing. We're a team of thieves. And when
You're probably wondering how I got here. Oh, that would be so funny. If they do like a 90s, they open the movie with Chris Pine narrating the whole thing. Oh no! You're probably wondering how I got here. Let's take it back to last week when it all started. These sets look really good though. I'm kind of digging it. I'll shut up. I gotta start it over again.
Here's the thing. We're a team of thieves. And when you do this, you're bound to make enemies. Sometimes those enemies come looking for revenge.
I mean, it's looking pretty good.
Truth be told, we helped the wrong person steal the wrong thing. We didn't mean to unleash the greatest evil the world has ever known. But we're gonna fix it.
So how do we pull that off? Figure it out over a drink?
Probably best.
You need Kool-Aid.
To give us a fighting chance, we're gonna need strength. You got this, right?
I know you don't.
We also need courage,
Back to school.
magic,
And my axe.
and you.
I missed the line because I was making a joke.
Magic, and you. What is that again? It's an owl bear.
Let's go.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Be warned. There is evil here.
Underdark?
I'm glad he's on our side.
Want a whole lot of
This one's dangerous. But whatever happens, we'll be ready.
Okay.
What is it exactly that you bring to this?
I'm a planner. I make plans.
You've already made the plan, so
If the existing plan fails, I make a new plan.
you make plans that fail.
No,
He also plays the lute.
not relevant.
Oh, he's a bard. Okay. Huh. Okay, it wasn't super obvious that he was a bard until the very end. Okay. This looks good. I am impressed with the trailer. It looks like it's found a really good balance between adventure and comedy, which is, I mean, if you've ever played, I guess it depends on who you play D&D with, but the way that I play, at least, I only play with people I know really well, with good friends, and half the time we're just cracking jokes at each other, trying to break each other's characters, but we also have a lot of serious beats. And I don't know about the movie, but the trailer, it looked fun. It looked like it kind of captured that spirit of guys hanging out and doing adventure stuff. Also, just in the trailer alone, there was a bunch of Easter eggs that got me excited. And it may be too early to say this, but it feels like it was made by people who like D&D, which is kind of crazy. Because right now, the people making Star Wars don't like Star Wars, and that's been rough. These sets look pretty good too. Let's mute this. Stop doing. I get why you're doing it, because you can use the same video as an ad on other YouTube videos, And if you can, you got to have everything flashy in the first 5 seconds, or people will choose skip the ad. Just make 2 videos, guys. You don't need to use the same thing. Make a trailer for people who want to see it, and then make your little clickbaity advertisement trailer for this. It's just, I hate it. Stop doing it. And I've seen trailers like this, like in theaters now, and I'm like, just stop. Okay. We got a boat. Here's the thing. Oh man, I kind of want it to happen now. Like this is fun. So Chris Pine's a bard, and then we've got a druid shapeshifter who shapeshifts into an owlbear, which I think you have to be kind of high level to shift into an owlbear. This little moving thing, like this looks like good production value. I don't know who the other people are. I mean, this dragon looks fun. Paramount E1. Like these sets, this looks good. You got a bad guy, maybe a lich, kind of undead looking, and then we got a little witch, either a sorceress or I really love playing warlocks as my bad guys, but could be a sorceress, probably not a wizard. Barbarian? Is that who's this chick? Is this Rodriguez? It is. It's Michelle Rodriguez. Ha ha! I was right, sucker. It's Michelle Rodriguez. A barbarian, I guess. And then the side. Oh, he's doing magic. Okay, so he's going to be a wizard or a cleric, and this guy's, I'm guessing, paladin or fighter. I don't think he did magic. She's got to be I mean, look how she's dressed. She's got to be a barbarian. Paladin or fighter? I'm thinking fighter. She's the girl from It and Hansel and Gretel. Okay, yeah, she's good. Oh, that's interesting. What race is she? Because she's got horns, which says tiefling to me, but her skin color is more like regular elf. I don't know what race that is in D&D. I will say I see a lot of humans, and I hope we get to see some dwarves, maybe some gnomes, and screw halflings. We don't need to see any of that junk. But I'd like to see a couple other races. Yeah, I'm thinking wizard or cleric for this guy. There's some good looking choreography in this too. Like, oh, that's freaking awesome. Okay, I want to see Dwergar. Can you do that? I'll be fully on board. If the movie sucks, but they got Dwergar, 10 out of 10. Looks like it's just going to be Drow, though. Yeah, you got a little bad lady and a bad guy. And Hugh Grant, for some reason. Look, see, there's a lot of cool little things. We got a little mimic, which is fun. We got a gelatinous cube, which is not something you want to be diving into. This is a bad plan. But they're jumping away from a freaking displacer beast, which I don't think has ever been put on screen. That's fun. I love displacer beasts. They got little fly trap tentacles. Cool stuff. What was the other thing I saw? With the owlbear, obviously. Look at this. This is a cool looking dragon too. See, it's kind of like it's right on that line. It's a little bit cartoony, but like not enough to like break your suspension of disbelief, you know? It doesn't pull you out of the film. This dragon kind of looks funny, you know? This dragon looks like it has character. It's got like a fat look at his double chin wagging back and forth. Look at that. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. I'm kind of sold, honestly. I had a lot of reservations going in, but this trailer is looking really good. I don't have anything to object to here. So looking forward to it, which is a weird... I'm surprised to say. I can't remember the time I was looking forward to seeing a movie in theaters. So, I mean, good job. I mean, okay. I won't congratulate you yet because I don't know if the actual movie's good. I've been fooled by trailers before, so I'm excited for you. But we got to move on to Houses and Dragons, Honor Amongst Men Who Must All Die. Because we got the Game of Thrones prequel, House of the Dragon, baby. Gotta say, dungeons are cooler than houses. So, this is the Dragon versus Dragon trailer challenge today.
He's afoot.
Have I ever mentioned that I hate trailer pre-roll? Well, right off the bat, we got Matt Smith in looks like a pretty prominent role. I'm a fan of Matt Smith. He was good in The Doctor of the Who's, and he was really good in Last Night in Soho. I liked him in that a lot. So let's see.
I heard the sound of thundering hooves,
Thundering Who's.
splintering shields and ringing swords. And I placed my heir upon the Iron Throne.
We got the Iron
Dragons
Throne,
roared as one.
the most uncomfortable chair in all of fantasy.
I consider the matter urgent. That of your succession,
Who else would have a claim?
the firstborn child.
Rhaenyra. No queen has ever sat the Iron Throne.
The king has an heir, Daemon Targaryen.
I will not be made to choose between my brother and my daughter.
Rhaenyra's succession will be challenged.
Look, it's HBO, and it's the Game of Thrones guys, right? Production quality is looking good. I mean, looks much better than Rings of Power. So, I will say some of these shots, it looks like they're using a lot of fog to obscure the, CGI, which is like a cheap way of spending less money on a thing. It's like really, there's a lot of, even in the shots with the dragons, there's a lot of grain. So you don't have to put as much work into it because it's going to be blurry anyway, It's smart. Doesn't look quite as good as some of the Game of Thrones shots I've already seen.
Challenged. Knives will come out.
Knives.
You are the king. Your duty is to take
It's,
your wife.
Olivia Cook. Olivia Cook? She was in Ready Player One with an extremely disfigured face. I say ironically because they gave her like a little teeny birthmark and she was still gorgeous, which wasn't the point of that character at all. So
Your duty is to take a new wife.
I have decided to name a new heir.
I'm your heir.
not if I have a new wife.
He's afoot.
Do you think the Ram will ever accept me as their queen?
A woman would not inherit the Iron Throne, because that is the order of things.
When I'm queen, I will create a new order.
Your family has dragons.
They are a power men should never have trifled with.
Yeah, see, that shot looks good though, right? There's nothing.
Should never have trifled.
They spent more money on this shot than they did on the other one. Look at that. That looks dope.
If Rhaenyra comes into power, she can cut off any challenge to her succession.
I am to inherit the Iron Throne. She will block my way.
Our hearts remain as one.
Oh, our hearts were never one. Have you never imagined yourself?
Our hearts were never one because I never loved you.
Where is duty? Where is sacrifice? Now they see you as you are.
I don't know. I mean, visually, it looks good. It's Game of Thrones. They have money. Everything was a lot darker, though. Like, not tonally. I mean, like, physically darker. I don't think I saw a single shot that took place in daylight that wasn't, like, dimmed or had some color gradient. Look, this is daylight, but it's, like, it's dark. It's not real. Kind of daylight, overcast, you know. Everything's just really dark. So it's, I mean, it looks, story-wise, it looks the same as Game of Thrones. It's people fighting over the throne, except they have dragons at the start of this story, instead of, you know, later on. I don't know. I don't really know enough about George R.R. Martin's works to know, you know, anything about this. I think the only thing I know about the story is that it's one of those like multiple viewpoint things where you see the same events from a bunch of different characters' views, and people interpret things differently, and the reader doesn't really know what the true story is. But I think that the producers of this show said that they weren't going to present the story that way because it would be too confusing for a TV show, and they kind of had to pick one finite narrative. I could be totally wrong about that. I think that's what I read. I could be remembering that wrong. So I don't know anything about the story. All I know is that the Game of Thrones finale was quite disappointing, and I don't know if this show is going to reach the same level of success. I think everyone's going to tune in for the pilot, but not everyone is going to stay for the whole ride unless the show earns it. Because look, everyone hated the ending to Game of Thrones. It was objectively bad. It was really bad. That turned a lot of people off to the franchise, but for a really long time, it was top tier television. It set the standard. It set the bar that everyone else now wants to replicate. Everyone is searching for the next Game of Thrones. Even HBO themselves. They're just doing Game of Thrones 2. So even though people hated the finale, I don't think that that's enough to doom this show. I think that almost as many people who tuned in for the final season of Game of Thrones will at least tune into the first episode of this out of morbid curiosity. And again, that will not guarantee that this show has success throughout the whole season. And seasons 2, I don't know if they can do more than one season, because this was just one book. If they want to achieve the same success, this show is going to have to stand on its own merits. But I think that a lot of people will be tuning in for episode 1. It doesn't look bad. You still have that lingering sour taste of a horrible finale to a great series. So it's got a hurdle to overcome, but it's not impossible. This show could be good, and I'm gonna make a prediction. Even if this show is bad, it's going to do better than the Rings of Power, baby, because the Rings of Power already looks horrible. So at least you got that going for you. And I'm pretty sure, are these coming out the same August? Wait, this comes out next month. When does Rings of Power come out? September. So these are going to be coming out at the same time. House of the Dragon's going to get a little head start, but these are going to be competing. It will be interesting to see. You have one property that's done their fan base a bit dirty, but could possibly redeem themselves. And another property that is just pissing all over its fan base for no reason. So we'll see how it goes. I hope you've liked this episode of I Watch Trailers That Have Dragons in Them. And don't forget to tune in Sunday to my favorite live stream, Best Gen, where me and my nerdy white friends talk about Raised by Wolves and Thor Love and Thunder and the Orville and Stranger Things Season 4. It's going to be a busy episode. There's a lot to discuss. So we'll see you on Sunday. Please tune in and bye.